Hey guys, it's your bipolar journalista here. So we are going to be doing chapter 8 of self-therapy workbook for internal family systems. If you've not been following along, this is an internal family systems out of any therapy I've tried in the last several decades of being told I have different types of mental illnesses, which is mostly just based off of trauma. Basically, this has been the most helpful method to me, is dealing with my internal parts, which are parts that were hurt or harmed in the process that caused me to have a mental illness. So basically, my parts are people in my life who have inflicted some sort of trauma on me that have caused a mental illness in me. So this is what I've gotten the most help in, and I've been doing it for about 4 years. I've gotten to know my parts really well, but I have not actually done the book. It's just been audio stuff, and therapy stuff. Okay, so chapter 8, developing a trusting relationship with a protector. So the protector role that parts take on can be considered extreme. Protector parts have a narrowly focused view of the world and hold specific beliefs that support their attitudes and behavior. Parts take on extreme roles because they think they have to handle situations on their own. They either don't know that the self is there, or they don't trust the self to handle the situation. A major aspect of the goal of IFS is for parts to trust the self. This may not fully happen until after unburdening, but a good deal of trust can and needs to be gained while you are still working with a protector. Enhancing trust. If you take the time to get to know a protector and it feels understood and appreciated, it will tend to trust you and relax. Statements that foster trust in the self. I understand why you do your role. I get why you think that is important. It makes sense to me what you do or say or feel. I see the pressure that you are under. I appreciate your efforts on my behalf. I appreciate what you originally did for me. I appreciate what you have done for me throughout my life. I appreciate what you are doing for me. Other statements you think of, or ones that any of your protectors specifically want to hear. So then you can put down those statements. So again, in order to do each of these exercises, I recommend sitting. I think it's in the second or third video. I can't remember which one, but go through all of them. Don't just take one chapter. If you're just tuning into this now, that's fine. But go back, and you have to complete all of them in order to get to this point. Otherwise, it's going to be confusing to you and your parts. But basically, I would just lay down, close your eyes, center yourself, and then start talking to your parts, your internal parts, or sit up, because some people tend to fall asleep if they're laying down, and you don't want to be falling. You want to be alert and knowing what you're doing so you can communicate with your parts and work out your issues with them. Okay, so exercise. Developing a relationship with a protector. Choose a protector to work with. You may decide to choose one that you have been working with, or you may want to choose a new one. Spend as much time as you need to go through steps part 1 through 4. Access the part, unblend from the target part, and unblend from any concerned parts so that you are in self with the protector. Here we are getting to know the protector more deeply and making sure that the protector can feel your presence as you engage it. Remember to keep checking that you are still in self during this process. So you're going to put down the protector's name, what it feels, what it looks like, where it is located in your body, what it says, how it makes you behave, what situations activate it, what concerned parts react to it, what its positive intent is, what it is protecting you from. You know quite a bit about the part now. You will probably have noticed a significant shift in your bodily sensations as you went through the above process. What feels different in this moment as you sit with a part in self? Openness in your heart, a sense of rising compassion, a loosening of bodily tension, more space. Make note of these changes. Sample. Developing a relationship with a protector. Protector's name, angry part. What it feels. I don't want to be criticized for who I am. I don't trust people to accept me. What it looks like. A white knight, strong, shiny, with lots of weapons and tools like curses and name calling. Where it is located in your body. Covering the chest area, tension in my shoulders. What it says. Get away from me, stupid people. Take responsibility for yourself. Get away from me. How it makes you behave, cursing and yelling. What situations activate it when people are mean or criticizing. What concerned parts react to it, ashamed, frightened. what its positive intent is. Wants me to be myself or to be around people who will accept me. Excuse me. What it is protecting you from, trying to protect me from bad people who are unsafe. Appreciating parts. When you appreciate a part, you focus on its positive aspects, not necessarily its behavior. You can understand the part's motivation and its positive intent for you. You can have compassion for the job that it tried to do and how hard it worked to protect you from the danger it perceived. Sometimes it's hard to appreciate a part that has given you a hard time. Inner critics, for example, often say terrible things to us to protect us from possible failure, danger, or the judgment of others. When you are in self, you can let the part know, I get you. I see what you have been trying to do for me. I understand the rationale behind your behavior. I see how hard you have been working for me and how you have often had to go it alone in taking care of me. What do you understand or appreciate about your protector? Let the part know what you see or understand. You might tell it in words what you appreciate about it or what you see that it has been trying to do for you. You might let it know you understand how hard it has been working, how lonely it has been, and what it has been up against. You might just open your heart and let it flow a fountain of gratitude for its effect, its efforts, and its situation. How does the protective part respond to your understanding and appreciation? Helping a protector to relax in real time. Once you have gotten to know a part and developed a trusting relationship with it, you are likely to be able to work with it whenever it arises in real time in your life. Here is a way to do this that may help it relax and allow you to lead from self. When you notice that a part is activated at some point during your day, access it briefly and see if you are blended with it. Often you are. The part is blended with you because some situation in your life has come up that frightens the part and makes it believe that it must take over. When you become aware of the part, take a moment to get in self. From this place, acknowledge the part and ask it to relax and allow you to lead from self. You may want to promise that you will spend some time with it later to deal with its concerns. Exercise, helping a protector to relax in real time. Think of a situation in which a protector gets triggered that causes you to behave in a problematic way. Following steps, part 1 to part 5, do a session with yourself or with a partner in which you get to know the protector that is causing the difficulty. Using the questions below to help you get to know the protector and begin to form a trusting relationship with it. Name a protector. Situation that activate this protector, how it behaves. If you were able to act from self, how would you like to behave in that situation? Do you have the life skills necessary to accomplish the positive behavior you are aiming for? If not, what kind of support would you need to be able to act the way you desire? Once you have unblended from the protector and your concern parts, and you are in contact with a protector from self, ask if it will let you lead the next time you are in a similar situation. What is its response? On the next page, list the protector's concerns and your thinking from self about how to handle them. Okay, so you're supposed to list the concern, the response, and the potential support. And you do that for each part. Think about when this situation is likely to occur the next few weeks, over the next few weeks. Set an intention to be aware of whether this protector takes over at those times. When it does, work with it as described above to help it relax and let you lead. If this works, take notes on what happened as soon as you can. What did your behavior look like when you were leading from self? What were the results? Continue to track this kind of situation over the next few weeks, doing this exercise each time the part is activated. Each evening before you go to bed, review the day to see if the situation arose and take notes for or expand your notes on what happened when you did this exercise. If the protector allowed you to lead and things turned out well, check to see if it now trusts you more. If you didn't notice the situation at the time or you didn't do the exercise, explore what got in the way. If this is a situation that doesn't come up very often, it wouldn't make sense to do this review every night. You might decide to review once a week, choose whatever time frame is appropriate. So it has a chart. So the first one is you log the day, then the situation, the protector, self-led behavior, and then the part's response. So you just keep logging it basically every time you interact with this part to just, because it's not like you can just do this like you have to do this constantly. And the bigger your trauma is, like the deeper rooted it is, the more you have to do this. Okay, so sample, helping a protector to relax in real time. Name a protector, the distractor, situation that activate this protector, loss, how it behaves, tries to distract with activities or fantasies. If you were able to act from self, how would you like to behave in that situation? Feel my feelings a little at a time. Do you have the life skills necessary to pull off the positive behavior you are aiming for? Yes, I have self-compassion and faith. If not, what kind of support would you need to be able to act in the way you desire? Help from friends and loved ones, people who understand. Once you have unblended from the protector and your concerned parts, and you are in contact with a protector from self, ask if it will let you lead the next time you are in a similar situation. What is the response? No. Protector's concerns and your thinking from self about how to handle them. Concern, you won't be able to handle the feelings. Response, we can feel them a little bit at a time. Potential support, therapists, friends, family. Concern, doesn't have any tools or resources. Response, yes, we do. We have patience, intuition, good ideas, and the ability to explore and research. Potential support, lots of smart friends. Concern, we don't have anyone. Response, yes, we do have friends and the ability to meet new people. Potential support, the people I love and trust. Think about when this situation is likely to occur over the next few weeks. A good friend is going on extended travel abroad. What did your behavior look like when you were leading from self? Stop and be aware of the feelings. Let myself recognize and feel the feelings. Let myself reach out and receive help, love, and support from friends. Come up with solutions, envision positive change. What were the results? Living more in the present moment, being more engaged in life. Okay, guys, that is it for today. I feel like, okay, there's actually, this 9 is very short. We'll do both. Okay, chapter 9, when a protector doesn't trust you. Okay, every protector has its own unique history that is made up of experiences with both the outside world and the inside world. These experiences result in a set of beliefs and expectations. In general, protectors have not dealt with self directly, as we are trying to do here. Protectors often have good reason to be cautious and careful. They are trying to prevent re-injury or a repeat of past disappointments. It's important to be respectful of these cautions and deal openly with a protector to gain its trust. You will know that a protector doesn't trust you if it is not responsive to your questions or other efforts to get to know it. You might feel as though it is being uncooperative or have a sense that it is turning away from you or turning you out. A concerned part may arise that starts to doubt the process or criticize you. If a protector isn't answering questions or is otherwise not cooperating, ask the part if it is aware of you. Can it feel you here? Trying to make contact with it and get to know it. Ask the part directly if it trusts you. Does it feel that your efforts are sincere and well-meaning? If the part lets you know that it doesn't trust you, check to see if you are really in self or whether a subtle concerned part has gotten in the way. The target part may be sensing one or more concerned parts and not trust you because of that. If that's the case, unblend from the concerned parts and try to make contact again. If you are in self, ask the part why it doesn't trust you. Assume that something in your history has caused its concerns about your awareness of it or your capacity to take care of it. If that's the case, reassure the part as much as possible about who you are today. It may be useful to explain that you didn't have much access to self when you were younger, but that you've learned how to reliably access self since then, so you can now be counted on as a supportive resource. Sometimes a part needs more time. You might have an impatient part that's trying to rush the process. You might have a pleaser part that's trying to appease someone else by pushing this work along. Or you may have a part that has an outside goal about the resolution of this issue. Parts can be very sensitive to these subtle pressures. They may have been created in situations in which trust was an important factor. So as you tease out the possible underlying parts that are creating the distrust, be sure to view them with compassion. They are protectors too and are invested in their own goals for your system. Ask for their cooperation in the larger effort to heal the system and create wholeness. If the part is still hesitant to trust, ask it what happened in the past to make it not trust people. Again, listen from self, Being with the part in a compassionate way often allows it to take in your sincerity. As you do your best to reassure the part about its fears, remind it that you are here in self today and that this is not the same as the past. Remember that if a persistent, concerned part keeps asserting itself into the process, it may be appropriate to make that part a new target. Note here any history that may be affecting your part's ability to trust you at this time. See page 32 for parts' typical fears. If you are working with a distrustful part, note on the next page any fears or concerns that your distrustful part has, as well as the answers that feel appropriate to you at this time. So you're supposed to list for each part the fear, your response, and your part's response. So for each fear, the response and your part's response. And so you list all of those. Again, guys, there's links in the other ones. I'm going to try to put them on all of them, actually, because it's just helpful. But basically, you can print off the whole workbook, like, for free. So you're welcome. So that's it for today, guys. We'll do 10 next time, and 10 is pretty meaty. Yeah. Okay. Good luck talking to your part.